Hello and welcome to KaiTech. Now, do you know that on average, over 30,000 websites are hacked every day? Every 39 seconds, a new cyber attack happens somewhere on the web. Is your website secured? Or your website is so vulnerable that hackers hop in and hop out all the time, anytime they want? Are you looking for ways to secure your website? If yes, then I think this video is for you. In today's video, we are going to talk about 3 best security plugins that you can use on your WordPress website. So if you are ready, let's go. Alright, so thank you for staying with us and thank you for sticking with us. And like I said, we are going to talk about 3 best security WordPress plugins that you need to use on your website. So if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification so that when we upload any video, you can be able to get it. Now we're going to do it quick. We're going to talk about 3 best WordPress security plugins that you have to use on your website. Now the first one, the first one that we're going to talk about is WPS Hide Login. Now this is the plugin that we're going to talk about. This one, the WPS Hide Login. Now this WordPress plugin is very good. Now I mean, like, I use it almost all my on my website that I designed because it's free. I don't need to buy it. It just do one simple thing and it does it well. That is to hide my login details. So for instance, my login URL. For instance, if I want to secure my website, WordPress have only one login URL, that is the your website slash WP admin or that login URL that the WordPress gives you. Now this plugin over here, right here, when you download and you install, all what it does is to you give it any login that you want, and then it will change your login details for you straight away, and it does it perfectly, and that is why I recommend this one for you. So it can be found on the WordPress plugins website, wordpress.org, or you can also check it from your website admin side. That is when you go to your website and then you look for plugins over here, and then you click on add plugin, and then all what you need to search for WPS Hide Login. WPS Hide Login. Yes, this one is what we're going to install. So all what you need to do is just click on install. Now as you can see over here, it have 1 million plus active installation. So you can read the details to check it up. You can read it over here. So what it does is it is a very light plugin that lets you easily and safely change the URL of the login form page to anything you want. It doesn't literally rename or change files in core, nor does it add rewrite rules. It simply intercepts page requests and works on any WordPress website. The WP-admin directory and the wp-login.php page become inaccessible. So you should bookmark or remember the URL. That is, deactivating this plugin brings your site back to exactly the state it was before. So that is the WPS Hide Login. So you can click on install now, and then you activate it just like that, and then it to be activated. Now when it's activated, you can see it is what it is activated over here. So if you want to see it, you go to your the settings over here, or you can click over here and then you can see it over here, the WPS Hide Login. Over here you can click over there and to check their settings. Now it only have simple settings, and that is it takes you back to the general option, the options or the general settings of the your WordPress. So it only have one few settings. It doesn't have any settings that you need to do much, just few settings. So for instance, this is my website. So if I want to change the login details, I can just use anything that I want to use, like let's say I want to change it to, let's say, Kobe. Yeah, so I want to change the website name to what, to Kobe. So as simple as that, I can just type Kobe over there. That is my website name / Kobe. That will be my login URL, and then the redirection login. That means that when somebody tries to log into your WP admin page, that is the backend, using the old URL, where does it have to redirect the person to? You can decide to redirect the person to maybe the home page or the contact page. So or maybe you can just leave it to the 404 page. Okay, so that is it. So I can just save it over here, and then this one becomes my my new login page URL. So I can decide to bookmark this one. I can decide to save it so that I don't forget. So let's try and see if it works. For instance, let's try and open a new incognito window over here and see if it works. So let's go to my website, which is music dot kitech, and go to the admin and see if it will take us over there. So you see, they tell you that it is not correct. Yeah, it takes you to the 404 page. That is the one that we left over there. Now let's go to Kobe and see if it will take us to Kobe or the. So you see, it takes us back to the login page. So it's as simple as that, as ABC. So that is it. So this is what this is the WPS Hide Login. It is very, very good, and it have 5 stars, and it works perfectly fine. If you don't want people to know your login URL, to just be trying to fish around your website, just use this thing to change it to anything that you want to change to. So that is the first one that we're going to talk about. Now the second one is Loginizer Security. Now this is also one of the best security plugins that you can ever find on WordPress. It's also have 5 stars, like I said. Now what it does is it helps you fight against brute force attack by blocking login for the IP after it reaches maximum retries allowed. So it gives you a maximum retry allowed, maybe like 3 times. Now after 3 times, if you enter wrong password or wrong username all the time, or what it does, it can block your IP, and then you cannot be able to access the website again. That is, it means that it sees the person trying to fish around as a hacker or something. So you can blacklist or whitelist IPs for login using Loginizer. You can use various other features like 2-factor authentication, reCAPTCHA, passwordless login, etc. to improve security of your website. And it have over more than 1 million active installation on WordPress alone, and it is one of the best security plugins that I will recommend for you. So you can also find it at the back end of the plugins. Add new over there. When you go to add new plugin, you can check it over there. So Loginizer, you can decide to install it, and then works for you. So it is already active on my website. So like you can see over here, Loginizer is activated on the website. It is working perfectly well. You can just search for it and install it on your website to work perfectly for you. Now the third one that we're going to talk about is also one of the best security plugins. Now this one is very advanced. It goes beyond all the two things that we've talked about, because it gives you maximum security to protect your website. People will not even find so many things that they want to fish around and find on your website if you use this plugin called the iThemes Security. iThemes Security. Now iThemes are also one of the best plugin, but this one, even though you can use the free version, but they have the pro version also over there. Now it is the best WordPress security plugin to secure and protect WordPress. Now it does only three things. That is it's prepare you, and that is effective WordPress security takes education. So it arms you with a set of WordPress security best practices. You will be prepared to lock down, secure, and protect your site. And then also the second one is what to prevent. So know the concrete actions you can take to prevent a hack or security breach from being successful. Anyone who uses your site needs to do their part to prevent targeted frequent attacks on your website. And then the third one is what is also detect. If someone manages to hack into your site, you need to know as quickly as possible to limit the damage they can do. So detection is a key part of an overall security strategy to help be much more resilient against a successful attack. So this is also one of the best WordPress security plugins that you can find on WordPress. Now you can go to add like plugins, add new, and then you can search for iThemes. So iThemes Security. You can search for iThemes. Yeah, so this is the one that we are looking for. This one over here, which also have over 1 million active installations over here. So this one is what we are looking for. You can read more about it over here, or you can go ahead and then install it. So we can click on install over here, and then we can activate it, and then we see how it works. Let's see some of the functionalities of the iThemes over there. So when you go to over here, we can check it over here. It is installed in our plugin section, so we can check the settings of the iThemes. Now let's check the settings of the iThemes. Yeah, so this is how it is. So choose the type of website. So it gives you some things that you have to do for them to know how to protect your website for you. So is your website an e-commerce, a network website that connects with people and communities, a non-profit website? Is it a blog? It is a portfolio website or a brochure website. So if any of your website is this one, you can decide to choose. So let's say our website is a blog website. So you can also go ahead to check all those things. So this is my personal one, or it's for a client. So let's say it is a personal one that we are setting for. So you can, what do you want to secure your user account with a password policy? When you secure your users with a password policy, iThemes will require them to create a strong password that hasn't already been compromised. So yes, you want to secure it, and then you go to next, and then you go to the features. Now what are some of the features? Okay, so we have two-factor authentication, which I think is needed for if you want to secure your website very well. You need to use it. So two-factor authentication greatly increases the security of your WordPress user account by requiring additional information beyond your username. Since this is a blog and maybe users can be able to log in and all those things, I can require people to use the two-factor authentication. And then you can check on brute force. So you can also use the local brute force, and then also utilities security check pro. So this detects correct way to identify user IP addresses based on your server configuration by making an API request the item. So this one needs more of an advanced kind of like knowledge about it, because you need to use an API request to iThemes.com, and so we are not going to tackle this one, but this one, the lockdowns and the login security, is highly recommended. So now let's go to the next one. Let's go over here and let's go to user groups. So what kind of user groups are you going to target? Do you have a default user group? You continue with the default user group, or you create your own custom user group. So let's say you want to continue with the default user group. Now you look at some of the things that you have to allow or disallow. So you can decide to skip two-factor onboarding, or you can decide to set strong password and all those things. All these ones, which one, look through the ones that you think is good for you. You can check it up, and then you go to the next one, which is editors or editing group, the features. You also look at it, the global settings, security dashboard, security password requirements, two-factor authentication. You check it out, and then we go to authors, which also the same thing, whatever you want to set. These are all user groups, okay, people who use your website. You set security for them so that people will not hack into your system. And then you go to contributors, subscribers, and then everybody else. So how you want your website to be configured using this iThemes security, you set it up the way you want it, and that is it. Now let's go to the next one, which is the configuration. So the configure. So based on the security features you've enabled while setting up iThemes security, we've selected the most important settings for you to configure. So the recommended one is what they are going to talk about. So authorize host. So enter a list of hosts that should not be logged out by iThemes. So if you have a list of hosts or IPs that you don't want it to be logged out, you enter it over here. And then IP detection, you set it to automatic to detect it. Now let's go to the next one, which is logout. So this one is when people are using brute force to enter into your website, you can decide to log them out. Now join a network of sites that report and protect against bad actors. So you can enter your website over here to receive updates and all those things. And let's go to notifications. Now you can this notify the admin that when somebody is trying to log into your website, and then this one will give you an email that, oh, this person tries to log into your website, or this IP address try to log into your website. So you can choose the one that you want, and then you can iThemes will send email to it anytime somebody try to log into your website without your knowledge. Okay, that is using a brute force or using different kind of ways to log into your website. And then we also go to the last one, which is securing the site. So some of the features to the enables are all those things, and then the configuration that you did, no settings have been configured, and then the user groups that you created, and then the setup, user group settings. So if all is correct, you just click on what secure website. So this one will secure all your website for you. Yeah, it is trying to secure everything for you. So as you can see, your website is secured. It said your site has been secured, and that is it. So you finish it. So far your website is secured. Now, like I said, this one have a lot of things that you can do. Now if you want to upgrade it, you can unlock more features, security features, by one site is 80. When you go to 10 sites, it's also there. 127 unlimited site is 199. So whatever that you think, there are more security options, features that you can use. You can go to the pro version too, but then for me, I think the normal thing is okay for me. Just this free version is okay for me. So you can decide to go to the dashboard and then see how everything works perfectly over there. So this is how it is. So it will tell you all the brute force attacks that this dashboard shows everything. So if somebody tries to log into your website, it will show it over here. The logouts, it will show everything, will show over here. So that is what iThemes Security Pro. Now this is very, very good. So in all, we've talked about three major security plugins, best security plugins that I think you can use to protect your website from attacks from hackers and a lot of people who want to phish into your website. So the first one we talked about was the WPS Hide Login, this one, and then the next one we talked about was Loginizer Security, also this one, and then we talked about the iThemes over here. So that is it for today's video. If you know any best security plugins that you want us to use, you can leave a comment over there so that we can also check it out. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to our channel so that it will reach more people, and then turn on the notification when you subscribe to the channel so that we can, whenever we upload a video, you will get it as quickly as possible. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.